Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stockton, Missouri. We're on the campus of Stockton High School, Tiger Fieldhouse. Folks, we got a barn burner here in the girls' championship game, and we may be going to overtime.
Well, you weren't here a while ago, but the boys' game, the consolation game, went into overtime as well. So
we're going to go ahead and talk. We're going to have some fun because, you know what, we wanted to make sure we were on the air because we've been having troubles over the last couple of weeks. Of course, since we've gone on the air, that probably means we may have an extended pregame show because we may be going to overtime. But it is your pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. For your youth checking and savings, it is ready to roll. So
it looks like we're streaming. I'm hoping we are.
I think we're good. Jerry said we got a good signal. So if obviously we're not, somebody will text, or if we are, somebody will text as well. But like we said, we've got a barn burner. Miller Lady Cardinals and the El Dorado Springs the Lady Bulldogs tied at 38 with 20.7 seconds to go in the girls' championship game. And as Gary just said, the boys' third place game went to overtime as well. So our game was supposed to tip at 6:30, and here we are at about 10 after 7, still yet to tip, and we got a 15-minute warm-up period. So
yeah, and for those knowing that Butler was in the third place game, Butler was ahead, led the whole game until right at the very end, and then unfortunately
I talked to Frankie, Coach Jackson, and he told me, he said, man, you know, you asked me last week, he goes, what do you do when you're up 3? He goes, I was going to foul, and then I didn't foul, and they made a 3, and we went to overtime.
It happened right down here, a 3 with about 1.2 seconds left in the corner down here, which took them to overtime, and that was the first time that they, I think, had a tie. And there's El Dorado, and they won at the buzzer if it counted.
It went down early. So she got a timeout. El Dorado Lady Bulldogs at the buzzer. About 1.2 seconds to go in the game, I believe. We'll see what they do.
So the shot counts. So El Dorado goes up 40-38, but they're going to put some time on the clock. But to catch a ball and shoot a ball, it takes better than a second to catch and throw. And I don't know how they're going to do that, but they got 0.8 seconds. I don't know that it's a possibility, but they're going to do it. I'll tell you what, they've got some three-point shooters.
Number 23, Ray Schaff, I believe is how you pronounce it. Schaff, I believe is how we pronounce that name. I'm not 100% sure. I was at the game when they played at BBC. I was doing the PA announcing, and it took me about a day and a half to get her name right. I said Shafee, I said Schaff, I said Schaff. So she hit the 3. She's only a sophomore, and they are young, top to bottom, El Dorado. A bunch of sophomores and freshmen playing for them. So
and I tell you, this number 1, Claudia Haddock for Miller, she was kind of shooting some lights out as well. She got a 3-pointer earlier. So
a little gamesmanship, a little game of chess here, as we're kind of giving you a little extra bonus coverage, so to speak.
Which game are you calling? I'm calling both. I'm sorry to yell in everybody's ear.
I broke into the Kevin Harlan here for a minute. But I'll tell you what, and we see them every summer. We see them every summer when they come to the shootouts. The El Dorado Springs Lady Bulldogs. Coach Swopes does a great job with them. They won state a couple of years ago, and they've had a great program. And like I said, look at there's freshmen and sophomores. They've only got one senior on the team, and everybody else is either a sophomore or a freshman. So they're going to be good.
Yeah, that many years together makes for a good team. So
if you're just joining us, you're at the right spot. We're waiting for the girls' championship game to get over. There's one final play here, and it's going to have to be a prayer for the Miller Lady Cardinals. They're going to have to chuck one deep and hope for a miracle. Eldo's going to defend here, 0.8 of a second. They're going to chuck it deep. She's going to throw it up, blocked at the buzzer. Lady Bulldogs down 8 in the fourth quarter, come all the way back and win it 40-38. over the Lady Cardinals.
And that's the way the boys game, the third place game with Butler went. They were ahead the whole game and lost it at the buzzer. So
final score, 40-38 Lady Bulldogs with a championship. We've got the boys championship coming your way in about 15 minutes or so. Stay tuned for more on our pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Wildcats go for a championship trophy in just about 15 minutes. We'll be back after this.
There's always something going on with the Chamber. Monthly First Friday coffees, monthly luncheons, festivals, and events all over town. Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce is there for the community and your business. So don't miss out. Head over to the Chamber's Facebook page and see what's happening, or visit their website, harrisonvillechamber.com. Every broadcast team has to look good. The 4T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast. Offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more, they can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram. When you plan a party, the last thing you want to worry about is cooking. So call the experts at Time for Seasoning Caterings. Stephanie will help you plan and execute a brilliant event for you. So take the worry out of your event and let Stephanie wow your guests with a great menu. Whether a small get-together of friends or a big wedding, Stephanie will take care of you. Visit them online at timeforseasoning.com. That's THYME forseasoning.com.
Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding? One that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today. Buying a house is a full-time job in itself. Why not take the work out of finding your dream home? Go see Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage Realtors today. Locally owned and members of the community, American Heritage is sure to help you find everything you need in a new home. With insight to local schools, parks, and neighborhoods, they'll match you with everything you want for your dream home. So when the time comes to buy or sell, call American Heritage Realtors at 816-380-6161 or visit them today online at americanheritage-realtors.com.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Hi, I'm Lacey Dom.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Domnick with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you're looking for hometown insurance from your hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No, give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
Nobody needs to be left stranded with a broken car in the winter cold. Take your vehicle into Young's Auto and have them give you a full winter checkup. Their experienced staff will make sure you are ready for even the coldest winter days and nights. Don't just rely on anyone with your car. Go see Young's Auto Repair and let them give you peace of mind during these cold winter months. Young's Auto on Commercial, behind the garage.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside Tiger Fieldhouse on the campus of Stockton High School. And we have the championship game of the Stockton tournament. The Harrisonville boys and the Sarcoxie Bears. Harrisonville Wildcats, Sarcoxie Bears set to do battle in a championship game. The Cats, I believe, 11-3 now on the year. Sarcoxie 13-3 on the year. The 50th championship game of the Stockton tournament.
Two of their losses were in the tournament in the city, and then one was to Green Valley, and that's it. That's their only losses. So
they're undefeated so far in January. They've had a couple of close calls. Coach Jackson made sure he took them to the buzzer last Friday. They won last night against Butler again. Harrisonville was hitting some more shots. We talked about that in the first game. They were 4 for 23 in the game from three-point range. And 2 years ago, Harrisonville played in this championship tournament, and I was joking on Facebook earlier. They played Stockton, and Stockton hit like 5,419 threes in the first quarter of that ball game to end up winning. The Cats just couldn't get all the way back. I think they brought it back within 6 in the second half. Couldn't come all the way back. But what's crazy about that is that they need to do that tonight. They need to start off fast against a Sarcoxie team, and Sarcoxie's probably going to have a pretty good size crowd here. They're not too far away from Stockton, maybe a little bit bigger crowd than the Wildcats. So it'll be interesting to see how the Wildcats respond tonight.
Well, I talked to Coach Langer earlier in the evening, and he was talking about how they really didn't shoot and play very well at Butler last week, but they played tremendously better. Actually, they played really good in the initial game of the tournament. Didn't play quite as well or quite as good last night. But if they can just continue the play that they've done the last couple of days, I think, or this week, I think it'll be a lot better for them. So looking forward to playing somebody, though, different, though. I mean, it seems like the games we go to are the games we see over and over and over again. And I like those because a lot of those are in conference. But also sometimes it's great, like, this week, you reminded me, I thought it was next week that we were playing Webb City. We play Webb City this week on Tuesday, and my hometown, Carthage, on Saturday. So I'm excited about both of those games to be able to go and see maybe people that I know and be home for the Carthage game.
And, guys, it's basketball season. I get it. I guarantee you I will put $100 on it. Football is going to come up on Tuesday night when we travel down to Webb City.
You think?
Take on the Webb City Cardinals in that one. But we'll get to that next week. And, Coach Langer's wife, she's like, it's basketball season. So
I think for Coach Langer's wife, and I love her, she's a very wonderful lady. But, boy, I tell you what, she is, no question, a coach's wife. And she is supportive of him and of the game that he coaches.
And I gotta say, I got one over on Coach Langer last week.
Oh, I heard about it.
As he posted something about the Tuck game against Tom Brady, and they were talking about the official wasn't ever gonna play again or something. I found a meme, and it was Donald Trump holding up a sign that said, "The Kansas City Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, and the Raiders are paying for it." So I posted it. I said, sorry, Coach, I had to. So he goes, that's pretty good. But nevertheless, I had to give him a hard time, and hopefully I can give him a hard time after a win tonight. So we'll see what happens.
12-3, that would be that'd be great to take back to next week and forward.
Absolutely, and that next week is going to be huge for the Cats too. Those are two big schools two Class 5 schools in basketball. And those are going to be huge games because then you're going to bounce into the rest of your conference schedule, and it's going to be hot and heavy for about 3 weeks in February. So this game and then 2 next week, those are going to go a long way into deciding, how conference turns out for the Wildcats. So we got a lot of basketball to be played tonight and next week. We're going to take a timeout again, and we'll be back with more on your Sherwood Community Bank pregame show. We'll be right back after this.
Nobody needs to be left stranded with a broken car in the winter cold. Take your vehicle into Young's Auto and have them give you a full winter checkup. Their experienced staff will make sure you are ready for even the coldest winter days and nights. Don't just rely on anyone with your car. Go see Young's Auto Repair and let them give you peace of mind during these cold winter months. Young's Auto on Commercial, behind the garage.
Event spaces come in all shapes and sizes. Finding the one that is just right can be a hassle. Not anymore. The Dickey Cottage is perfect for those extra large family gatherings, birthday parties, baby showers, and more. With a large kitchen to use, a giant dining room for everyone, and a living room area with a big screen, there is sure to be room for everyone to relax and feel right at home. So the next time you need a venue that is just right, call Sonia at 816-925-0588 and book your date today. The Dickey Cottage, the venue place.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant, and remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
From convenience with the Joe Coffee ordering app or comfort with a beautiful area to sit and sip a coffee and do some work, Brickhouse Coffee is Harrisonville's hometown coffee shop. Located on the corner of Harrisonville's historic square, Brickhouse Coffee has a little something for everyone. Check out their Facebook page for upcoming events, and remember to stay warm with some hot coffee this winter.
All right, welcome back inside of Tiger Fieldhouse in Stockton, Missouri, the 50th championship game of the Stockton Invitational Tournament. The Harrisonville boys set to take on their Sarcoxie Bears in the championship game tonight. Sarcoxie 13-3, the Wildcats 11-3. Should be a good one here tonight from Stockton, Missouri, as we are running behind, but we plan on having a tip here in about 5 minutes. So 6:30 is when we're supposed to tip. Why not tip at 7:30? So we're ready for some basketball. It's time for your starting lineups, brought to you by the best starting lineup in home appliances. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Go see Erlene and her staff today behind Hawthorne Bank on Plaza Drive. For the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, the Sarcoxie Bears, it'll be Spencer Caddick, Blake Ogle, Isaiah Swaney, Hayden Kisling, and Christian Velasquez. For the Wildcats, it'll be Bryce Jenkins, Landon George, Brooks Langer, Colby Knowles, and Brody Rogers.
And we can't forget that one of our colleagues used to coach in the big town of Sarcoxie. 84-85, he just told us in football.
Head football
coach. So he's I think we've had him long enough that I think he's going to root for the Wildcats most of the time. He reminded us all the time.
Well, here's what's crazy. I thought Sarcoxie was a Class 1 school. They're Class 3 in basketball, which is crazy to me. I thought for sure they would be a Class 1, maybe Class 2 in basketball. They're Class 3 in basketball, so not as big a disparity. Obviously, I'm sure they're probably around 500-ish for their enrollment. Harrisonville, obviously, around 800. 850. So they've got more boys to choose from in Harrisonville. But I got that Hoosiers feel a little bit tonight, Gary.
Well, we all know that you never overlook or look past a game. And I'm pretty sure after talking with Coach, this is not going to be one that we look past. I think he's obviously seen them play, knows they're a good team, and knows we're going to have to bring our good stuff tonight to be able to pull out a win.
We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with your opening tip and your keys to the game, brought to you by Hawthorne Bank right after this.
What is one of your most precious commodities these days? Time. With kids' events, family events, and everything in between, time is precious. So why drive hours and spend an entire day to save $20? Shop local and find your home appliances right in Harrisonville at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. They deliver and can service any issues that can arise. By doing that, you're putting money right back into the community. So stop wasting family time and go see the staff that treats you like their family at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center on Plaza Drive, right behind Hawthorne Bank.
The Trade Fair Mall isn't just an antique mall. It's several businesses in one. Need t-shirts for your team? A custom t-shirt shop on site has you covered. Speaking of covered, Harrisonville Trade Fair is Missouri's #1 seller of premier portable buildings to store all your outside equipment. Design your own or buy one in stock for as little as $100 down and no credit check. While you are custom designing your premier portable building, snack on some delightful cinnamon glazed pecans, cashews, and almonds from the Nutty Bavarian. You need it, they probably got it. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall across from Sutherland's.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
And Braxton, that is Braxton Grammer. Braxton has a little something to tell everybody.
The Wildcats
What do you want him to do tonight?
win.
That's right. We just want him to win. That is Braxton Grammer. He is excited to be here tonight. He's been waiting all week to broadcast with us, so he's going to be sitting next to me, and we're getting ready to have the starting lineups and probably a national anthem. So we will take a quick timeout again, and we'll be back with your opening tip after this. Thanks for joining us for that Sherwood Community Bank pregame show.
Well, it's football season, so that means cold weather is not far behind. It's time to drive on over to Young's Auto Repair to get your car ready for the winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long. If something else may ail your car, bring it in. Let Young's diagnose the problem, get you back on the road. Young's Auto, across the road from Young's Tire on South Commercial Street.
No matter the time of year, Sonic of Harrisonville is the place to go for good food quick. Not to mention you can have all-day happy hour if you order a drink on the app. If it's a corn dog you're after or maybe onion rings, they have that too. The best part of the app is you order, pay online, drive in, pull up, they bring it out to you, and you're on your way. Sonic is also one of the best ways to raise money for your organization. Call Ed for details today. Sonic of Harrisonville, not just another fast food restaurant.
You can hear the commotion in the background. They're announcing the starting lineups for your Wildcats. Right now, we just went over the starting lineups. Real quick, we'll go over a couple of keys for me in this game tonight, brought to you by our friends to your keys to your financial future. That is Hawthorne Bank. Go see them for a checking account today. Gary, keys for me, no second chance points tonight. You got to limit those. Brody's got to assert himself inside tonight. And key number 2 for me is start quick.
Oh, I was going to say start quick, so you took that right out of my mouth. They need to shoot better than they did at Butler. I didn't see the other two games. Coach was saying before the game that they were shooting a lot better this week, so hopefully they'll have a better game at shooting some of the threes, which they were not coming the other night.
So it'll be Kisling and Rogers to jump it up, and we're underway in the championship game of the Stockton tournament. Jenkins going to have it for the Wildcats as we're underway from Stockton, Missouri. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound backside, no good. And Langer going to go to the line for a pair. Right away I see the height difference and the size difference. The Cats are going to have to capitalize on that tonight. Langer to the line for a pair. First one is good. I was looking for my running score sheet. I couldn't find it. So
Look like me without a pencil.
First one good. Second one no good. Rebound for Sarcoxie. They're going to bring it up. Caddick going to bring it across the timeline, get it off on the wing, left side, try to get it inside. That was Ogle with it. Now he goes to Velazquez, and he's going to walk with it, and it'll be a turnover back to the Cats with 7:34 to go. Here in the first quarter as we're just underway. Jenkins to bring it up for the Cats. Cats in their home whites, white tops, white bottoms, blue trim, blue numbers, and blue letters for the Cats. For Sarcoxie, they're in their away purple. 3 ball on the way, no good by Jenkins. Way purple with the yellowish gold numbers and letters, gold trim down the sides. 1-0 Cats lead early. Velazquez has it, spins it around on the wing for Ogle. Back top of the key for Caddick. Caddick gets it off. 3 thought about drive to the bucket. Kisling, and he cannot get it to fall. Cats get the rebound and bring it back the other way. Jenkins has it into the corner. They try to feed it into Brody. Little floater, no, rattles out. Going to go back the other way. Cats starting slow from the field. Velazquez then tries to cut it and out of bounds. Intended for Caddick in the corner.
0 for 3 and 0 for 2 on 3. So, and that was a great shot by Brody. I mean, it's just one of those things. You hit the rim and it just doesn't want to go in.
Sometimes the kids forget there's a backboard there to use, especially your guys inside. Langer's got it on the wing left side between the circles for Jenkins. Over to George. George going to skip it to Langer in the corner on the left side. Back over to the right corner. Into the right corner now. Up front they go from Knowles to Jenkins. Over to Langer.
I like that.
Langer knocks it down. The 3 makes it 4-0. So Langer with a 3. He's got all 4 of the Cats' points, and hopefully that means he's finding his stroke. He struggled the last couple of weeks. Out front they go. Spin it around. It will be Swaney with it. They go inside. Caddick, little floater, no, and kept alive by Kisling inside. Kisling's got it back out to Caddick. Caddick's got it on the wing right side. Hands off on the right side wing. Kisling guarded by Knowles. 23 on 23 there. They back it back out. Between the circles, it'll be Caddick with it. Caddick hands it off for Swaney. Swaney's got it, going to drive in, stripped away, and a wild ride inside. Landon George able to get the charge call, and I believe that's Swaney, and that's his second. Means they're going to go to the bench early here. Checking into the ball game will be Atchison. Cats lead 4-0 early, 5:30 to go first quarter. Skip it over for Knowles. Back top of the key, spinning around. Good ball movement by the Cats early on in this one. Drive underneath now, kick it off for Knowles. Knowles over to Jenkins. Jenkins back to Knowles. Knowles has got an open look, no good. Rebound by Caddick of Sarcoxie. He's going to bring it back the other way. Atchison inside, drops off Velazquez. He's going to drive under, now kick it out front, spin it in the corner, Atchison. Atchison's got it in the corner, right side, and a blocking foul going to be called on George. George didn't want to give up that baseline, used a little bit too much body with the baseline block, and it'll be Sarcoxie ball inside. Kisling gets it inside, a little pop up and in for Caddick, and it's 4-2. So we go back the other way. George with it inside to Rogers. Rogers is triple teamed, and they're going to call the offensive foul. One thing I see early on, Gary, they got to do a better job, maybe a little dribble penetration. We're doing a lot of passing around the perimeter and forcing it into Rogers. We need to get the ball inside with some dribble drives. That'll open up Rogers a little bit more.
Well, they're collapsing on Rogers. Anytime he gets the ball, they're collapsing on him, and it's making it hard for him to be able to do really a whole lot.
Atchison has it, hands out for Ogle. Ogle's got it now, hands off Caddick. Caddick's got it right side wing with his dribble. Top of the key, Velazquez. Velazquez now off for Caddick. Caddick back and forth he goes. And that's an offensive foul as Caddick tried to get some distance between himself and Bryce Jenkins, and the offensive foul is called. And it'll go back to the Cats with a 2-point lead.
That was easy to call.
that was a pretty easy call right in front. I didn't know at first they were going to call it. They did blow the whistle a little bit late, but nevertheless got the call. They get it off for Langer. Langer's got all 4 of the Cats' points early on. Over for Knowles. Knowles has got it now. He's going to start his dribble on the wing. Right side, skip to the left wing, into the left corner now Langer. Langer looking into the blocks, now back out front. Has it back to Jenkins to Langer. Langer will fire. Connect! Brooks Langer, and it's 7-2. Cats with the lead. Langer with all 7 of the Cats' points. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now Velasquez going to fire. No. Kisling with the rebound, stripped away, but picked up by Caddick, who puts it up and in for 2, and it's 7-4. Caddick's got all 4, and the Cats go right back the other way. They're quick with the ball, and they've done well ball moving tonight. They're going to drive in and now look to get it in the corner. Rogers will fire a 3. No good. Rebound inside for Kisling, and it's going to go back the other way. Caddick has it. Now back for Kisling. Kisling's got it now off for Atchison. Atchison spins it over to Ogle. Ogle back to Caddick, and Caddick going to set it up between the circles with 3:15 to go in the first. Velasquez has got it outside on the wing, right side, trying to set up his offense, skips over to the left side, and Caddick going to dribble inside, spins and now kicks out. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound Colby Knowles of the Wildcats, and a 3-point lead in the ball. Kick it off into the corner.
If we can start hitting the threes, they're going to have to come out of that 2-3 zone.
So we'll see if the Cats, what they do. Langer has been knocking his shots down. They kick it back out front, spin it in the corner. Cats, I'd like to see a little dribble driving. Still a lot of standing around on the outside with just a 1 guy inside. And they skip it around, and now they get it into Rogers, back for George. George has got it wing, left corner. They go for Knowles. Knowles has got it in left corner, going to brack it back up. That 2-3 zone, giving the Cats fits early on, and that's been one of the things the Cats have struggled with at times this year is the zone and being able to knock those shots down. Rogers goes to the glass, no good. And it goes back to Velasquez and back the other way, 7-4. Scored 2 minutes to go in the first half. They got a foul there.
It's 2 on Brody. He's going to probably be coming out.
And what I noticed too with Brody struggles with a zone because he feels like he's working real hard to get open, but his teammates got to help him out a little bit as well. So Kisling set to pass it in. Get it inside, and a travel called on Caddick, and it'll go back to the Wildcats. 2:07 to go here, first quarter, 7-4 your score. Cats up by 3 in the basketball. Might be the last we see of Brody Rogers in the first half of this one with his 2 quick fouls. Norris with it. Now they get it back to Jenkins, over to Filer, back to Norris. Norris into the corner for Knowles. Knowles to Norris. They go to Atkinson, kick it out for Jenkins. Jenkins spins it over, 3 ball on the way, no good. And the Cats still not knocking them down from the outside. Kisling's got it now for Sarcoxie. Spin it back outside. Velasquez has it on the right side between the circles. Kisling now off for Caddick. Caddick going to bring it back between the circles at the volleyball line and set up his offense. Goes Kisling at the free throw line, guarded by Atkinson. Back out Atchison, over for Caddick. Caddick's got it now. He's going to drive in, knocked away, out of bounds off of Velasquez, and back to the Cats. Cats not getting anything going offensively, but lucky for them, Sarcoxie struggling from the field and with the basketball. A lot of early turnovers for them. 1:15 to go here in the first quarter of play. 7-4 our score. Cats up by 3. Jenkins goes to Knowles. Spinner in the paint, no. Atkinson with the rebound. His putback is no good. He'll go to the free throw line. That's what Kennedy gives you from the bench, that athletic ability to get those offensive rebounds. 1:04 to go here, first quarter. 7-4 Cats with the lead. So 2 free throws coming for Kennedy. Free throws mean free quotes. Call Brad Sainer of Farmers Insurance for your free insurance quote today in the A-frame across from Casey's on Commercial. 1:04 to go, first quarter, 8-4 now. Cats with the lead. Atkinson at the line for his second. Goes up and splashes it home, and the Cats lead 9-4.
He's been good on his free throws.
So Caddick going to bring it back up for Sarcoxie. has it off on the wing, Atchison. Atchison going to drive in now, kickoff for Kisling, and a 3-ball by Caddick is no good. Atkinson there with the rebound ahead for Filer. Filer being chased by 5 Sarcoxie defenders, now backs it back up for Langer. Langer throws it away. That one was intended for Jenkins, and Kisling going to put it up for an easy 2, make it 9-6. Just sloppy with the ball were the Cats that time to give up an easy 2. And now the Cats going to slow it down and look for one last shot here in the first quarter, leading by 3, 9-6 our score. Norris has it between the circles with about 15 to go. Cats probably going to try to break around 10 to try to get something going. They hand off for Jenkins now with 10 over for Norris. Norris into the corner for Langer, back to Norris. Norris to Langer, 3-ball, no good. Tried to get it tipped in there, and we'll go to the end of the first, 9-6. Definitely not much offense in that first quarter. We'll take a timeout. Cats lead by 3 after 1.
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
The way the Grammars go, Hans Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
All right, welcome back. 1 quarter in the books, 9-6 our score. Cats lead after 1. And Gary, they're going to have to do something offensively against that zone. Sarcoxie's going to hang back in that zone and just dare them to keep shooting because they're not really knocking down that outside shot. If you're the Wildcats, you really got to do something with some dribble penetration here in this quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where if you're not shooting like you need to be, then they're going to make you continue until you can break that zone, and they haven't been able to break it yet. So
1 quarter in the books, and the Wildcats lead it 9-6. A low-scoring first quarter in this one. Langer was 7 of the 9 for the Cats. Only 2 made field goals for the Cats in the entire first quarter. Sarcoxie not much better with just 3 made field goals. Lucky for the Cats, they made 2 threes. Sarcoxie made 3 twos. Kisling with it, has it back out front. Caddick to Kisling. Kisling left wing goes inside. Going to try to work Langer down, and he does, and he cannot knock it down, and it's stripped away by Atkinson.
That, to me, looked like an offensive foul initially, and then I didn't see the foul on.
So they call that on Kennedy, and that was Meisner in there now for Sarcoxie. And they go inside for Velazquez, out front for Caddick. Caddick back to Meisner. Meisner going to drive in, puts it up, no. Rebound tipped around, picked up by the Cats. Langer's got it. He's got numbers. He's going to push it. He's going to float it. No good. Rebound by Kisling. Kisling to Caddick, and back the other way we go. There's the dribble drive you need, but the Cats could not capitalize. Kisling thought about a 3. He's going to drive in, and a blocking foul going to be called on Kobe Norris with 7:14 to go here in the first half of this one. So Kisling at the line, Kisling on the baseline to pass this one in. That was the 5th team foul on the Cats. So Kisling set to pass it in, 7:14 to go here in the first half. Caddick out front they go for Velazquez. Velazquez to, see, they call that on Kennedy. If they call that on Kennedy, that's 2 on him. And Cats may have to go small here. They're going to have to bring Colby Knowles in, and now Colby going to have to play down low as Kennedy kind of plays that 4/5 for the Cats when Brody's not in there. So Cats dealing with a little foul trouble here now with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Meisner's jumper no good. Connor Blick's now in there for the Cats as well. Velazquez has it on the wing right side, trying to get it inside for Meisner. Meisner going to back it down, stripped away, and back to the Cats. Good job of doubling down on Meisner. Langer came from the backside, and Colby had him on the front side, able to get the ball knocked away, and the Cats regain possession up by 3 with a little over a minute gone by in the second quarter. They go free throw line now to Langer from George. George has it now, looking to get rid of the ball. Now going to dribble onto the wing, right side, skips it over to the left wing for the top of the key. Now Langer, 3-ball, good. Brooks Langer, and it's 12-6. Cats with the lead. Langer has knocked down 3 triples in this first half of this one. And now Meisner going to try to go to work on Langer, and he's going to spin in the paint. Good defense by the Cats and Langer, and they can't knock it down, and it goes back the other way. Norris has it now, 6-point lead for the Cats with 6 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Knowles has it, back to Norris, Norris to Knowles. And now Knowles starts with a dribble, Caddick on him. They get it off for Norris. Norris going to be double teamed, a little reach in, nothing called. Now Norris going to try to dribble in, kick it in the corner. Blix thought about a 3 back out front. Now they go, and that one is stripped away by Velazquez, and basket not going to count as George got him before the shot as he was dribbling in, but it'll be a 1-and-1 situation. That's 2 on George, though. So George, Atkinson, and Rogers all with 2 fouls apiece for the Cats. So the Cats are going to go small here for the rest of this half probably. Velazquez at the line, try to cut into this deficit for Sarcoxie. Free throw no good, but an offensive rebound, Kisling. He can't get it to fall. A lid on the basket. Now a reach-in called on Caddick. And I'll tell you what, both teams kind of struggling offensively here. That was a free throw missed by Velazquez. The putback no good by Kisling. And the Cats regain a 6-point lead here in this first half, 12-6, and we're almost 11 minutes into this ball game. Scrum for it on the floor. They get it off for Langer, out to 3-ball by Jenkins, no good. And that's going to be 3, I believe, on Landon George. So that'll be a foul on Landon George. That's his 3rd. So we won't see Landon for sure the rest of this half. And I think Coach Langer was trying to get him out before he picked up that 3rd. Just the next whistle did not come. So Caddick at the line for a 1-and-1. Try to cut into the lead again. 5:16 to go first half. 12-6 the score. And Caddick's free throw, no good. Langer with the rebound. So 2 front ends of the 1-and-1 missed by Sarcoxie. And now we're going to have a 30-second timeout by Coach Langer. We'll just keep it right here with 5:12 to go here in the first half of this one. Cats lead 12-6, and ugly half of basketball so far, Gary.
It is. I mean, we're not shooting very well. If we could start shooting, I mean, Langer's not shooting lights out. But if we could get some more threes out, they're going to have to come off of that. And there's a lot of chipping going on. One of the referees was, as they walked down the court, had a discussion with one of the Sarcoxie players, and he wasn't really having much of it. And I have a feeling he's getting very close. He'll be very close to getting teed if things don't slow down with him.
Well, and I think it was like one of those Bronx cheers because they called the foul on Harrisonville as if they haven't gotten fouls. If you look up on the scoreboard, Harrisonville's got 8. Sarcoxie only has 5 team fouls. So it'll be Cats ball, 5:12 to go in the first half. Coach Langer, I think, just reassuring the guys to just keep working on things. Norris with it on the wing right side between the circles over to Filer. Now back to Knowles. Now they go into the corner. Langer, top of the key, 3-ball, no good. Cats just struggle from the outside. But again, a lot of standing around, no working on the inside, and that bothers me a little bit. So here we go. Caddick going to back it back out between the circles, trying to set up the offense here. Hands it off now for Kisling. Kisling back out, and that's a travel. He went jump stop. He went jump stop with it, and then he realized, I think, oh, I can't do that with the basketball still in the hand. So, again, Sarcoxie bails the Cats out, and it's still a 12-6 ball game with 4.5 to go in the first half. Into the corner, Filer, 3-ball,
That's
good!
overrated.
Evan Filer, 15-6. Filer knocks it down, and maybe that'll get the Cats fired up by 9 with 4:15 to go in the first half. Ogle's got it. He's dribbling around. Now hands off for Kisling back out front for Caddick. Caddick off for Ogle to Meisner. Meisner going to dribble down in the paint. Loses the handle on it. Cats, but back to Caddick as it bounces around, and Caddick was able to pick it up. Now Velasquez has got it between the circles with 3:50 to go in the first half. Off to Ogle. Ogle goes inside Meisner. 17-footer good by Meisner. Makes it 15-8. Cats go back quickly the other way. Knowles with it between the circles for Norris. Norris to Knowles into the corner. Back out front they go. Volleyball line now left side for Norris to Knowles. Knowles has got it, looking around, goes off for Jenkins. Jenkins has it now, going to dribble in, kick off for Filer. Filer back to Jenkins, 3:15 to go first half. Cats dribbling around, passing a lot around on the outside. Not a lot inside movement for the Cats. Langer will fire, he misses. Ball tipped out to Sarcoxie and Ogle. He's going to bring it back the other way, gets it to Kisling. Kisling now off to Caddick. Caddick's got it on the left side wing with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Meisner's got it on the baseline in the corner, left side. He's going to drive inside. Could have been a carry. They're going to call a foul on Langer, I believe. That's just the first on Brooks Langer, but the 9th team foul. And Kisner at the line for a 1-and-1. Going to go through his routine at the line. First free throw is no good. And that's 3 1-and-1s they missed in this first half. That could come back to haunt them. Now Filer with it. Out of the corner on the left side to the left wing with a dribble. Now handed it off for Norris. Norris has got it between the circles. Back to Filer on the left side. Filer's got it on the left side. Goes over to Norris. Norris into the corner. Jenkins back to Norris. Norris with the dribble. Going to fire. No. Rebound by Caddick and Sarcoxie. Back the other way it goes. Off on the wing. Underneath they go. Caddick. Foul on the floor. Going to call that one on Norris, I believe. They call that on Norris. That's 2 on him. And the entire team of Wildcats going to have 2 fouls by the half. 15-8. Sarcoxie at the line. Caddick 4-2. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1 earlier. First one is up. It is no good. Has one more to go here with 2:26 to go in the first half. And I've got, by all accounts, I have 0 for 4 from the free throw line from Sarcoxie. And that isn't going to win you too many ball games. Second free throw from Caddick coming up here. It is up. It is good. And they break that streak, and it's 15-9. Cats with the lead with 2:20 to go here in the first half. Cats without 3 starters sitting on the bench with 2 fouls apiece. Or sorry, 2 starters and 2 reserves with 2 fouls apiece. Blix with it now off for Knowles. Knowles inside of the cutter. Blix kicks it in the corner for Filer. Back out front for Jenkins. Jenkins now gets it off for Langer. Thrown away from him, but picked back up. Now Langer's got it on the left side wing. I'd like to see some dribble driving. Still haven't seen a whole lot of that from the Cats. This is where I'd like to see Bryce Jenkins take over a little bit here in this first half. The senior leadership out there, get some dribble driving and get something going for the Cats. Blix will fire, no. Rebound inside, fought forward, stays with the Cats off of Velasquez. And with 1:35 to go in the half, 15-9 our score. A slow paint drying first half here in this one. Not a whole lot of offense to be had. 3 ball in the corner. Filer, good. Evan Filer, 18-9. And Evan Filer's got a couple of threes. They've been big ones in the second quarter. Big minutes from Filer here. Now a steal by Langer. Langer going to push it up. Guarded by Velasquez. Off for Jenkins. Over to Knowles. Top of the key. Back they go. Knowles has got it now. Hands off for Jenkins. Spin it around to Blix. Inside he goes for Filer. Filer kicks it back out. 3 ball now on the way by the Cats. No good. Rebound fought for underneath. It'll come out of there. Sarcoxie with it. And now a foul on the Cats. Call that one on Evan Filer. That's 11th team foul now, I believe, on the Cats, maybe 12. Velasquez goes to the line. Cats lead by 9 with just under a minute to go in the first half, 57.6 to be exact. And Velasquez at the line for a pair. Front end is no good. And the struggles from the line for Sarcoxie continue. Cats up by 9 with 57.6 to go in the first half. Second free throw coming up. Up and rattles home for Velasquez, and it's an 18-10 game with a minute to go in the half. Cats in no hurry here. Sarcoxie going to set in that 2-3 zone here. Jenkins tosses it nonchalantly over to Knowles and back to Jenkins. They go free throw line now, kick it back out. Now off on the wing, playing a little layup game here. Are the Cats trying to get it inside? If they can hand what they're wanting to do, they're wanting to get it into their high post and get the cutter to the basket. Cats have not been able to get it going though here. And now they're going to switch it out with 15 seconds to go. Cats going to let that last minute go. Had the ball for the last minute basically. They get it off for Filer. Filer going to be double teamed, and a reach-in foul bails them out. They had 1 to give though with 6.7 to go. And now the Cats going to have to set up shop here. So 18-10 our score. Cats lead by 8 in a slow offensive first half of this one. I like the up and down crazy pace, and we don't have much of that. Kick it off. Jenkins 3 ball. Got it! Cats go to the locker room up 11. 21-10 the score. Every bucket of the Cats came from 3 in that first half. We'll be back after this.
Everybody loves the old-fashioned drive-in. Well, guess what? Susie Q's has opened up in the Old Peculiar Drive-In location across from the Frog Barn and Peculiar. Go in, get the signature Susie Q, you know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, at the Tenderloin. So next time you think, man, I wish I had an old drive-in, remember, there's one 5 minutes up I-49 in Peculiar at Susie Q's.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a swing set standoff. And we covered it. July 1st, 2015. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers Insurance, Bradley Sainer, in the A-frame at 1808 North Commercial Street in Harrisonville.
The Cider House at the farm has great events all year long, with songwriter nights, farm-to-table dinners, and even a Valentine dinner coming in February. There is plenty going on at the farm. If you want the perfect venue for a country wedding, they can do that too. So if you want a fun family location to experience fun all year long, go to theciderhouseevents.com and see what they have cooking, or visit them on Facebook at the Cider House, 7 miles south of Harrisonville on 7 Highway.
Does your lawn need some TLC? Owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats, Held's Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need 1 roll of sod, 1 scoop of dirt, or a whole truckload, we have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call at 816-540-2020 and set up a quote for new sod installation. Held's Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
We've all been there before. Needed to deposit a check in our account, but nowhere near our bank. That's where Hawthorne's Bank's mobile banking comes in. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and presto, the check's been deposited. Hawthorne Bank has the big bank convenience with small town roots. So if you want a friendly, quick, and convenient service in a hometown bank, go see our friends at Hawthorne Bank next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
Every team has the same characteristics, including having each other's back. That's the motto the team at Schroeder Chiropractic lives by. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, they got your back. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new in a warm, family-friendly environment. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in bright futures in Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
There's always something going on with the Chamber. Monthly First Friday coffees, monthly luncheons, festivals, and events all over town. Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce is there for the community and your business. So don't miss out. Head over to the Chamber's Facebook page and see what's happening, or visit their website, harrisonvillechamber.com. Every broadcast team has to look good. The 4T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast. Offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more, they can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
So, all right.
Okay, now we're back.
Now we're back. Okay, so our score at the half, 21-10 Cats with the lead. About 5 minutes before we get to second half action in the Harrisonville Wildcats. Struggling against the zone in the first half, but they do lead it by 11, and they're in a little bit of foul trouble as well. I'll run down some scoring for you. Brooks Langer, leading scorer for the Wildcats with 10. He had 3 threes in the first half. All 6 of the Wildcats' buckets in the first half were from 3. Not very often you see that Cats without a 2-point bucket in the first half of this one.
And they're 3 for 4 from the line, which conversely, Sarcoxie, missed the front end of, I think, 3 or 4 1-and-1s, and then got the second of 2 shots. So, I mean, they're really, if they could have gotten some of those 1-and-1 shots, it would have been a lot closer of a game.
And they were basically 100% from the free throw line last night. So the Cats have been knocking down their free throws. Sarcoxie just 2 out of 7 from the free throw line.
Also, just to let you know how Harrisonville got here. On Tuesday, they beat Ash Grove 81-26, played a very good game, scored 81 points. We're doing well. Then on Friday night, they beat Butler 69-47 to bring them to the championship game against Sarcoxie. Sarcoxie started 51-44 against Stockton, and then the next game they beat Lockwood 44-34, which got them to the championship game as well. Thank you very much to Stockton for providing that information for us. Appreciate that. So
3.5 minutes to go before we get to second half action. And Gary, talk about it. You got to find a way to break that zone in the second half. That's something the Cats have not been able to do in the first half of this one. You got to stay out of foul trouble if you're the Wildcats as well. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. You're up 11 in a championship game. However, it is 21-10, and you only scored 21 points in the ball game. And guys, you better hope for an offensive explosion in the second half if you want a shot at Sonic Happy Hour all day on Monday. Cats got to get to 53 and they're quite short of that right now.
Yeah, and this is, we talked about it in the pregame. This is preparing them for this next week. They're going to be playing two Class 5 schools, and it's Webb City on Tuesday and Carthage on Friday. And they're going to have to produce a lot better from outside and also break that inside. So it's going to be interesting to see, since they're probably not going to bring Brody out. I wouldn't necessarily bring Brody out to begin the second half. Keep him a little bit more into the third quarter, maybe into the fourth. But with Landon George having 3 fouls, Brody having 2, Colby Norris having 2, and Kennedy Atkinson having 2. Kennedy's your closest other big guy, and he's already got 2 fouls. So they'll probably start with Kennedy, but maybe not. I don't know. But it's going to be an interesting second half.
Yeah, if you're the Cats, we were talking about it in the break. I mean, you got to take it. You're up by 11. They're playing great defensively. Obviously, they've only given up 10 points, but it's gotten them in a little bit of a foul trouble as well. We talked about 2 for 7 from the line for Sarcoxie, and even if let's just say they made their front end of 3 of those free throws, they would at least give themselves a shot at 6 points. They're missing out on at least 3 other points right there that could have them closer in this ball game. So second half is yet to be determined. We're going to take a timeout. We thank everybody for joining us for our halftime show, brought to you by Suzy Q Drive-In in Peculiar. And those stats and recap of the first half brought to you by Uptown Event Space. Full-size event space with half the price and paved parking. We'll be back with your second half right after this.
When you plan a party, the last thing you want to worry about is cooking. So call the experts at Time for Seasoning Caterings. Stephanie will help you plan and execute a brilliant event for you. So take the worry out of your event and let Stephanie wow your guests with a great menu. Whether a small get-together of friends or a big wedding, Stephanie will take care of you. Visit them online at timeforseasoning.com. That's THYME forseasoning.com.
All right, we go to the second half. Cats going to go left to right in the second half. Sarcoxie right to left. Cats in their home whites, white tops, white bottoms, blue numbers, blue letters, blue trim up and down the shorts and shirt with the block H on the shorts. Sarcoxie in their away, purple tops, purple bottoms, gold numbers, and white outline, gold trim down the side of the shorts. We're underway in the second half. Cats with the ball, and they've got their 5 starters out there, including Landon George, who has 3 fouls. Get it off on the wing, back out front, spinning around Langer into the corner now. Good ball movement quickly by the Cats. Now off forward, Jenkins, 3 ball, no good. Rogers, and you can just see right there with Brody, he's just timid inside right now. Now, what I'd like to see happen, I want to see some dribble penetration from the Wildcats. It's something I want to ask Coach Langer about after the game for sure if we get a chance to talk to him. Langer's got it, baseline jumper, no good. Rogers fights for the rebound. And they're going to call him for the foul. He's going to pick up foul number 3. So 7.5 to go here in the third, 21-10 the score. Sarcoxie going to have the ball. So 7:20 to go here in the third. Sarcoxie with the ball out front. That is Swaney with it. He missed most of the first half with 2 fouls himself. Velasquez going to drive on Rogers.
Four on Brody.
And just not been the right type of night for Brody. So Brody going to have to go sit down. Brody's only got to play about 3 or 4 minutes in this ball game. And now the Cats going to have to go small ball here again. And Kisling goes inside. He can't knock it down. Second shot is good. Make it 21-12 as Kisling knocks it down. So 9-point Wildcat lead, 6:50 to go here in the third quarter of this one. Get it off on the wing, skip it over. Now into the corner. Jumper no good by the Cats. Offensive rebound by Atkinson. Drops it inside. And I thought that was off of Sarcoxie. They're going to say it was off of the Cats, though, and it'll go back the other way. So 21-12, 6:35 to go, and Caddick going to bring it across. Has it on the wing, into the corner. He's going to go with it. Ogle spinning around. Velazquez into the corner. Swaney thought about it. Now he's going to pull up from about 16. No good. Cats with the rebound. 9-point lead, 6:15 to go here in the third quarter of this one. I look up at the score, and I think it should be like the end of the first quarter. Back they go top. Key now off on the wing. Into the corner they go for Atkinson. He's going to drive up and under, kick it off. 3-ball on the way. No. Flat shot there by Knowles, and it goes back to Sarcoxie. Caddick has got it on the wing, going to back it out between the circles. Velazquez hands off for Ogle. Ogle will fire a 3. Got it to go. 21-15. Back to within 6. We got a timeout on the floor. Just going to be a 30, so we'll keep it right here as that 3-ball goes down. I believe that was Ogle on the 3, correct?
Yes.
And, Gary, I've been harping on it all game, and I don't know. That's one of the reasons I said I want to ask if I get a chance to talk to Coach after the game is that by design that they don't have anybody dribble driving, or if it confidence-wise why nobody's dribble driving. So I'm interested to see. Somebody's got to start taking some initiative to do that, or it's going to be a long second half for the Cats settling for 3s.
Yeah, and, obviously we've done okay in the first half on 3s, but we need to do a lot better. And you get some second shots, and when you're shooting a 3 and it's bouncing out, you're already running halfway down the court. You need to follow your shot. That's one thing I wish we always would do, is follow your shot.
So about 19 minutes, going by 18 and a half, doing the quick math there. Get into the corner for George, back for Jenkins. Jenkins has got it now. Back between the circles, get it off on the wing for Langer. Jenkins, Langer, George out front. Over to George, he'll fire a 3. This one is off as well. Atkinson, the offensive rebound, no good. And it goes back to Sarcoxie with 5 minutes to go here in the third. Velazquez has got it. Inside, they're going to go for Kisling. Kisling can't get it. Now out to Ogle, 3-ball, no good. Offensive rebound for Sarcoxie, back out front. And Swaney is going to have it. He thought about it, now gets it off on the wing. Ogle's going to drive. He can't get it to fall. And now a reach-in foul called on Kisling. Kennedy Atkinson having a good game on the boards for the Wildcats. Stays 21-15 with 4:42 to go. Cats going to bring it up here. Have it off to Langer. Langer on the right side, back to Jenkins, who punches it over to Filer. Into the corner they go. Filer's got it now. Into the corner, back for Knowles to Filer to Jenkins. Jenkins has it between the circles, off for Knowles. Inside they're going to go for Atkinson. Jumper, good off the glass. Kennedy Atkinson for 2. Make it 23-15 for Kennedy. He's got 4. His first bucket, and the first 2-pointer comes halfway through third quarter for the Cats. 4 minutes to go here in the third. An 8-point Cat lead. Swaney's got it outside, dribbles it, spins it around. Velazquez, he's going to dribble in the paint, put it up, and put it in. So Velazquez knocks it 23-17, and they're hanging around. Down 5 is Sarcoxie with 3:40 to go here in the third quarter. Langer catches, fires, cannot connect, out of bounds, back to Sarcoxie with 3:31 to go. Colby Knowles going to sit down and take a breather. Cat's going to put a little pressure on the ball now. And Caddick going to go right by Jenkins. Now hand it off for Ogle. Back to Caddick. Caddick going to be guarded by Jenkins now, off for Velazquez. Vasquez has it. Now top of the key. Spin it around. Swaney will fire a three. No, short. Atkinson with the rebound. Has it now. Norris across the timeline. Skip it over to Langer. Langer back out front for Norris. Back to Langer. Langer goes free throw line for Atkinson. Drop it in the corner over to Langer from Filer. Back between the circles they go. Get it to Jenkins. Jenkins has it outside. Between the circles he goes. Now back to Jenkins. Over to Filer. Filer's got it back between the circles now. Norris. Norris to Filer. Back to Norris. Just playing catch outside. 2:35 to go third. Filer's had a good game for the Cats as well. They get it off baseline floater. Good. Bryce Jenkins. See if that gets him going. 25-17. Bryce Jenkins knocks it down. He's got 5 in the game for the Cats. Ogle three-corner. Good. And Ogle knocks it down. 25-20. 5-point game now with 2:05 to go here in quarter number 3. 25-20 our score. Jenkins will fire from long range, no good. And it goes back the other way. Into the corner. Ogle back for Caddick. Caddick's going to drive. Stripped away, picked up, and a foul going to be called by Jenkins. With 1:51 to go here in the third. So Sarcoxie hanging around, down 5 with 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. Colby Knowles checks in for the Cats. So Atkinson, Knowles, Filer, Jenkins, Norris for the Cats. Caddick going to bring it across the timeline. 25-20 our score with 1:40 to go here in the third. Kisling going to drive it and put it in. Just like that, we got a 3-point game. 25-22. Cats lead by 3 now. Have led by as many as 9 in the ball game. Actually led by 11
at half.
At halftime. Kick it in the corner for Filer. Filer looking around. Back out front for Norris. Skips it over for Jenkins with 1:15 to go. A little less than. Jenkins over to Norris. He thought about a 3. Now back to Jenkins. Over to Knowles. Knowles has had a quiet night for the Cats. He struggled from the outside. He knocks it down. I was just trying to give him that old reverse jinx right there, Gary. He knocks it down. It's a 6-point lead. 28-22 for the Cats. And they look to get it inside. They get it into Kisling, and then he is double teamed, but able to put it in. Back to 4, 28-24. Jenkins with it in the corner. Back out front, Atkinson. Over to Norris now. Over to Filer. Filer and Norris playing catch at the volleyball line with 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So 28-24 our score. Cats going for the last shot of this third quarter. Get it off for Knowles. He thought about a 3. Back to Norris, over to Jenkins. Now Jenkins has a man on him. He's going to have to skip it around. 3-ball, Norris. Buzzer, no. We go to the fourth. Cats lead by 4. We'll be right back.
Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding? One that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today.
All right, 8 minutes on the clock. We go to quarter number 4, 28-24. The Wildcats lead by 4. They were outscored 14-7 in the third quarter of that one. Knowles, Atkinson, Jenkins with the buckets for the Cats. And been a rough night for Brody Rogers. He's going to check back into the game to start the fourth quarter with 4 fouls. And, there's pluses and minuses I've seen in this ball game. I like the ball movement by the Cats. They've done a good job not dribbling around, getting caught in tracks. But at the same time, not a whole lot of inside presence for the Wildcats or dribble penetration or anything. And that's what burnt them against, if you remember the Green Valley game that we did earlier this year, found themselves down. Luckily, Sarcoxie's offense hasn't been there the way Green Valley's was. Green Valley jumped out and was up 28 on the Cats before threes started falling in the second half. So we start the fourth quarter of this championship basketball game. Cats lead by 4, 28-24. And Sarcoxie's got a chance to make it a one-possession game to start this second half. Caddick's got it off to Ogle. Ogle's hit a couple threes in this third quarter to get him in there. Now Meisner's got it. His jumper no good. Rogers with a rebound, and it's going to go back to the Cats with 7:29 to go. Cats going to run some offense here. Over to Jenkins, into the corner, Langer. Langer step back three, no good, and it goes back the other way. 28-24 it stays. Kisling had it to Caddick, out for Velazquez. Velazquez has got it off for Ogle. Ogle's got it, goes inside, ball knocked away, but picked back up by Ogle to Meisner, back to Ogle, and now to Caddick. Caddick's got it, volleyball line, right side, back between the circles with his dribble. Off for Ogle now on the wing, back with Velazquez. Velazquez now off for Caddick. Inside they try to go, stripped away, picked up by Norris. Norris, he's got numbers underneath, drop it off now, a little bit too much passing by the Cats, and now they're going to spin it out for a three. And that has not worked well for the Cats all night long. A little bit too unselfish for the Cats in there. You got to go after the bucket when you got it in there. Now another fight for it, picked up by Norris. Ahead to Langer. Langer going to stop, pop, and drop. Make it 30-24. Brooks Langer has two, and it's a 12-point game. Get it off for Velazquez. Spinning around here now. Back out front will be Caddick, over to Ogle. Ogle's got it on the wing left side, skips it in the right corner. Caddick, he's going to drive baseline on Rogers. Rogers moves out of the way, doesn't want to pick up foul number 5, 30-26. And that was the shot by Caddick. He's got 7 now. And get it off for Norris to Knowles. Knowles and Norris out front. Now they go free throw line, Rogers, and he loses the handle. He's going to go up strong. He's going to be fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line for a pair. I'd imagine, Gary, if I told you with 5:33 to go in the ball game that Brody Rogers would be scoreless, you would probably tell me we'd probably be down 15 or 20. Free throw is good by Brody. Makes it 31-26. One more to go here. Second free throw coming from Brody. It is up. It is good. 32-26. And I like this. Coach is going to take him out, give him a breather, and preserve him down the stretch, hopefully. So a 6-point Cat lead. Caddick has got it. He's going to bring it up for Sarcoxie with 5.5 to go here in the fourth. They get it to Ogle. And he tries to get it to Swaney, and it's skipped over to Caddick. Now to Swaney. Swaney's got it left wing to Caddick. Back to Swaney. He'll fire a three. This one's going to be short. Rebound by the Cats on the backside. Langer had it. He gets it off to Norris, and Norris going to bring it up for the Cats, up 6 with 5:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cats with the ball. And, you know, I'd have to go back and look. They go into the corner. Knowles for three. Got it. Colby Knowles. His second three of that fourth quarter or second half. And it's 35-26. We got a full. We'll take a quick one as well. 35-26. Cats lead by 9.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
All right, welcome back. 4:50 to go here in the fourth. The Cats lead by 9, but this one is far from over. Cats led by 11 at the half. Sarcoxie cut it all the way down to 4 at the end of the third. Cats have been able to push it back to 9 here, Gary.
Well, in the third, Sarcoxie outscored us 14-7. So, I mean, you can't win ball games like that, losing quarters. I mean, I kind of break it down sometimes into quarters and then even to partial games. But we're starting to hit a few outside shots. There they took that last three was a 3 from outside when they could have gotten a 2 from inside. So it sounds like they're kind of just prepared to shoot threes all night. So
Caddick going to let it dribble to half court before he touches it to preserve a little time for Sarcoxie. Swaney's got it off for Ogle. Ogle left side now to Caddick. Right side they go to Swaney. Cats defense pressure is intensified a little bit here. They got it Kisling. Kisling going to get it back outside Ogle. Ogle over to Swaney. Swaney going to dribble in, loses the handle, and back to the Cats. And 9-point lead for the Cats now. Full court pressure going to be shown by Sarcoxie. They go into the middle just like you should break a press. You take it to the guy in the middle, and he breaks it. Langer. Now he's going to kick it back out to Atkinson. He's going to drive. Glass and good. Kennedy Atkinson for 2, and the end one opportunity. Make it 37-26. I've been waiting for a dribble drive all night long. I finally get it, and it's an and one opportunity for Kennedy Atkinson. 4:19 to go. Cats up by 11. Matches their largest lead of the night. Kennedy Atkinson with the big take for the Cats, and he's at the line for his and one opportunity. Up and no good, and it's a rebound Caddick, and the Cat remains an 11-point lead. Get it off, and now a steal by Norris. He's going to push it the other way. He slows it back down and going to set up the offense. Knew he didn't have the numbers, backs it up, going to run some clock and run some offense here with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and an 11-point Cat lead.
And Coach Langer just said, make them come out and defend you. I mean, you know, there's no reason to worry about it.
And Knowles thought about it, sidestep 3. Instead, they're going to kick it back out to Jenkins. And Jenkins has got it over for George. George back out front for Norris. 3:35 to go. Norris hands off for Knowles, and Knowles is going to drive in. And they're going to call nothing on that one, and it goes back to the Cats. So 3:33 to go. Sometimes you get that incidental contact, feet get tangled up. Looks like that's what happened there, and it'll go back to Sarcoxie down 11 with 3:20 to go here. Have it on the wing, Ogle. Tries to get it now, almost knocked away by Jenkins, picked up by Caddick in a double dribble. And
somebody just got a tee.
And that is Caddick. And I'll tell you what, you talked about it earlier.
Said it earlier.
That they talked to Caddick. Here's what happened. If you watch the whole situation, Jenkins tried to take the ball because it was a turnover. Then Caddick, I'll tell you what, Colby Knowles got lucky right there. Colby Knowles just grabbed it out of Caddick's hand, and that could have been on Colby pretty easily. Free throw good by Jenkins. One more to go here. And I understand, I see both sides of that because I saw the whole thing unfold. They could have gone either way. I think the reason it was called on Caddick was because he'd been warned already by the official for chirping the way he did earlier.
That's what I said earlier. You end up getting yourself in a situation.
So 39-26, Cats up 13 in the basketball. A little over 3 minutes to go into this one. Jenkins with it out front, guarded by Caddick. Get it off for George. Back to Rogers. Dribble drive, cannot connect. Kisling with the rebound. He's going to push it back the other way. Kisling's got it off for Caddick. He'll fire a three, no. Rebound on the backside by George. Good box out by George to keep that away from Velazquez. And the Cats have the ball in the backcourt. 2:45 to go. Across the timeline they go. Norris falls to the ground, and a foul going to be called. And now okay, as somebody calling this game, I'm going to explain this the best I can. You were already warned. They called the foul. Take the foul and go play another day. They didn't do that, and the coach jumped out onto the floor after that foul was called. That's why the technical came. 40-26 the score. So you have to know the situation. You can't jump out on the floor right after you'd already gotten one technical. And they did do that. It's 41-26 as Jenkins makes both of those. We got a full timeout on the floor. And okay, let's dissect this a little bit, Gary. Okay. The first technical foul came from a player getting chippy. They didn't like the call on the technical. I get that. So you're already fired up. But the one thing you can't do is jump out on the floor 6 or 7 steps when they call a reach-in foul at half court. The official that called the foul is not the one that called the technical. Your baseline official came up and he saw him and said no because he's protecting his other official.
Right.
You've got to be able to know your situations. And I feel bad. I feel bad for the Stockton or the Sarcoxie coach. I know he's upset, and this will be a learning curve for all of them. It's a 15-point game, 2:41 to go, 41-26 the score. Hey, I haven't gotten on the soapbox. I was just explaining things. I haven't had anything to have any rants for the last couple of weeks. Across the timeline, Cats over to Filer. Filer's got it now. He's going to be double-teamed. Stripped away. Velazquez going to take it across the timeline. Has it on the wing. Inside they go, back out front. 3-ball Meisner, no good. Rebound chase down. Jenkins going to let it go out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Cats with 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. So 41-26 the score. Exciting fourth quarter for not all the right reasons, but
well, and I don't think this is over with yet as far as things happening, to be quite frank with you.
So the Cats going to break it, and a blocking foul called on Meisner. That'll be team foul number 7, and the Cats are going to go to the free throw line. If the Cats are going to get us Sonic happy hour all day, it's going to come from the free throw line in the final 2:14 of this one. 41-26 our score.
I think they just conceded because they had a full court or full bench substitution.
And I'm about to get my. So one and one coming here from Landon George. Front end good. And I don't know, I think the Wildcats might have been drinking the same Kool-Aid the Missouri Tigers have been drinking. Missouri Tigers went 54 straight free throws, and the Cats have only missed one free throw in the last 2 nights. That one is good as well. 43-26 the score.
Well, after that one game, they better started shooting some free throws. We talked about that.
So Coach Hogan Miller brought in some subs here. We got Healy in there along with Bass. He's going to hand off 3-ball in the corner, no good. That was Mandera. And the Cats with 1:49 to go lead it 43-26, a 17-point Cat lead. And the Cats will be content on just running some clock here with 1:35 to go in the ball game. So a 17-point Cat lead. Into the corner they go for George, back up front. And unless some wheels fall off, the Cats are going to bring home a tournament championship to Harrisonville. I'd have to look back and see last time the Cats won a tournament championship, when that would have been. They've been in some tough tournaments over the years. The Nixa tournament every year, of course. Rogers has got it outside. He's going to dribble it in, kick it in the corner. 3-ball. Jenkins rattles it home, and it's 46-26. Cats by 20. Jenkins.
7 more points in less than a minute. Maybe we can get the 53 points. But
so we got a whistle and a timeout.
No, foul on Evan. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I think that was a substitution timeout, I believe.
Well, he took a foul so they could get the sub in. That's what it was.
Gotcha. So Knowles is going to be in there, the lone starter. Cats only dressed 9 tonight. So those 9 are the ones you got to roll with here. 46-26 the score. Get it out. Mandera tried to knock one down earlier. No. Jump shot, no good. Atkinson with the rebound, 30 seconds to go. Cats are going to win the 50th annual Stockton Invitational Basketball Tournament. Looks like they're going to win it by a count of 46-26 unless anything happens here. So 10 seconds to go. Cats are going to run out the clock, and they're going to take home a tournament trophy back to Harrisonville, and they're going to improve to 12-3 on the year. Sarcoxie will fall to 13-4. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors.
See the announcing the champions here in just a second. You'll see that. Try to give you some sound on that.
And for the 50th year of the Stockton Invitational, your 2020 champions are the Harrisonville Wildcats. Congratulations, gentlemen. Well deserved. I'd like to thank everyone who's been out here this week.
Your final score, 46-26, the Cats take a championship trophy. Coach Langer, we may get him up here in a couple minutes. They're going to be taking some pictures. And, you know, they have the best PR person in the business down there taking some pictures for them in Jill Filer. So they're going to get some pictures. The Cats win it by 20, 46-26 the score. And a tough fight by the Sarcoxie Bears. They were only down 4 going into that fourth quarter. And, you know, really what did them in was those 2 technicals with about 3.5 to go.
Yeah, you give them 4 points plus the ball each time, which probably ended up being another at least 4 points or more. That spreads it out, and then also it makes a situation for the team because now you're really fighting back. They had really fought back, to, like you said, to get within 4, and I thought the end of the game was going to be quite the ending, like the last 2 games were, and ended on the last shot. So anyway,
I just got a chuckle. All the parents are out there taking pictures, and here's my 5-year-old taking a picture of of the team as well. So pretty funny to watch Braxton out there taking pictures. He is cracking me up. Oh, so your final score, 46-26, Cats lead it. Let me run down the scoring totals by quarter, then we'll get Gary's totals, and we will talk a little bit here about everything going on. Our player of the game brought to you by Max Motors. Our teammate of the game brought to you by Lacey Dominic with Shelter Insurance, and Mr. Cam Chenoweth of American Family. So we got all of that coming up here in the post game, and you see our made-for-radio faces here between Gary Davidson and myself. Let me run down the totals real quick. Cats led 9-6 after one. They outscored Sarcoxie 12-4 in the second quarter, led it 21-10 at the half. They were outscored 14-7 in the third. Sarcoxie cut it to 28-24 going into that fourth quarter, but they would not get any closer. The Cats outscored Sarcoxie 18-2 in that final frame to get the championship trophy tonight. 46-26 the final score. Gary, I know you got some totals as well.
Well, and 8 of those 18 points came from the line. We were perfect in the fourth quarter, and we only missed 2 free throws the entire game. So, I mean, that's what you need. We talked about that. It's been a couple of weeks ago. We talked that they didn't shoot very well from the line, and it hurt them. Tonight, they continue that. So, anyway, leading the scoring was Bryce Jenkins and Brooks Langer. Both had 12. And then Colby Knowles had 6. Evan Filer had 6. And Kennedy Adkins had 6. And Kennedy played quite the game. He had to spend most of the time in the box down below and having to take over for Brody Rogers. And he did some really good things down there. And you know, he's not used to playing as many minutes. He got a lot of minutes in tonight.
Well, you know, and we'll stop. I'll get to the rest of them real quick. Mm-hmm. But you talked about Kennedy Atkinson. I'm going to go a different direction. A lot of times people think, oh, you had 14 points, you're the player of the game. My player of the game tonight was Kennedy Atkinson. He gave us great minutes off the bench. He had 6 points, but he probably had 12 or 13 rebounds. He did a great job on the boards as well. He's my max effort player of the game, brought to you by Max Ford of Harrisonville.
And both ends he had good rebounds as well, which we needed. And so I was glad you did that because he really impressed me tonight. Then bringing up the scoring was Landon George. He had 2, and Brody Rogers had 2, and so that takes us to the 46 points. Great to see a tough win. They needed that going into next week because next week is not going to get any easier at all.
Yeah, you look at the game Tuesday night. It's against Webb City at Webb City. They beat Frontenac 100-54 last night. Frontenac, the Cats beat them 49-46 earlier in the year. So I know you don't want to compare point totals, but just to let you know, that's what you got coming with the Webb City Cardinals. I know everybody thinks Webb City, they think of the 97 football championships they got down there, but they can play a little basketball as well.
Sure.
So you got that on Tuesday. And then Saturday you have Carthage coming in. They got a 6'7" guy on the inside, could give Brody some fits. And so those are 2 big games next week. Backtracking a little bit here, I got to get to my teammate of the game, and I'm going with Evan Filer tonight. Big minutes in the second half for Evan. He had 2 big threes that kept Sarcoxie at an arm's length, and they needed those threes at the time, and he stepped up as a senior and knocked those down.
And they were almost back-to-back, so, I mean, and they were kind of, if you want to call it a back-breaker to a certain extent in that second quarter. That's when he got both of those, and so I totally agree with you on that.
So, and, of course, our teammate of the game brought to you by Insurance Teammates. They're on different teams insurance-wise. Cam Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Dominic of Shelter, but they were teammates on the floor when they were both Wildcats, and they bring you those options. Give either one of them a call for an insurance quote today. And then, of course, it's our postgame show brought to you by Postgame Headquarters. That's the Wildcats. If you're listening at home and you're in Harrisonville, run up to Forged by Fire. They're going to have a Super Bowl special as well next weekend. Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, something we haven't seen in 50 years. So Gary barely would have been able to remember that from back in his day.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah. you were at least probably 3 or 4.
More like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay.
Or 10.
Shh. We won't tell anybody anything else. But they have that. Also, the Chamber of Commerce and Love the Square is putting on an event at the Beck Event Space. Free tickets if they're not sold out yet, I know they had about 40 or 50 the other day. I talked to Stephanie Eastwood with one of our great sponsors, Time for Season Catering. She said they had 40 or 50. They're even looking for some corporate sponsors as well, and it's only $100 to be a corporate sponsor. So if you want to get in on that, it's a free to get in. They have beverages that will be available at a minor cost, but a free taco bar brought to you by Time for Season Catering. So go see that as well, along with go see our friends at Forged by Fire and have a good time with all your friends as well.
And I think they're in the process of trying to get some more TVs and stuff for the game as well. Obviously, everybody wants to watch the Chiefs win and bring home that Lombardi Trophy, and so hopefully it'll be a good time, a good event for Harrisonville.
Well, victorious tonight are your Wildcats, 46-26. Not sure if we'll get Coach Langer. We'll kind of hang around for just one more minute or so and see if Coach Langer is going to come up here. I don't think so. I understand you get sidetracked after a ball game, especially when you win a championship, and it's hard to remember there's the goofy radio guys up there actually want to talk to you. Only thing I just wanted to ask about the dribble penetration. That was my big thing. Is that by design, or how do you want to do that? So. Again, your final score, the Cats are champions, and I don't think he's going to make his way up here, so we're going to go ahead and shut. Oh, yeah, well, here he comes.
He is coming.
He is coming, so we'll talk to him real quick. So Coach Langer going to come up here real quick. We'll get him on the air, and maybe we'll talk football with Coach Langer. I mean, he does have a new team to cheer for, guys. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, that's right.
Officially the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah. Okay, so Coach Langer, first congratulations, 46-26. You guys got out a win. You outscore them 18-2 in the fourth quarter. You know, how does it feel to be able to pull out a championship for the guys tonight?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest basketball game you've ever seen, and their zone had a lot to do with that. And for whatever reason, we still have not gotten into a good groove against zone. We got a lot of good shooters on the team, which is kind of why it's kind of a head-scratcher. But we worked on a lot of different sets to run against zone, and we really did not execute any of them very well. And to their credit, they rotate really well in their zone too, and we're quick to get to shooters and all that. But we had a terrible time getting the ball inside for anything.
Is it a confidence thing with your guys on the outside? You guys do a great job getting the ball around the perimeter, but I noticed there's not a lot of dribble penetration going on in the zone. Yeah. I noticed when you guys struggled against Grain Valley in the first half of that game, similar situation, nobody dribble penetrating. Is that by design, or is it just a lack of confidence by some of the guys?
I don't really recall Grain Valley zoning us, so that may just have been their man-to-man. I think this was a different situation, but I agree with you that we have to find some way to penetrate the zone via the dribble, via entry passes to the high post, to the short corner, and you know we spend a lot of time going around the outside and not really a lot of inside out, because shooting numbers go way up when the ball goes in and then it comes out, and we unfortunately didn't get a lot of those tonight. But you know, just kind of sporadically. You know, we had enough guys contribute from three that it you know, punished them for zoning a little bit. You know, early in the game, Brooks was stroking it well, and then Evan came in and hit some big ones for us. And then at the end of the first half and beyond, Bryce got going a little bit, and then Colby had been struggling early in the game from three, and then he hits some big ones in the second half. So, you know, different guys. I thought Kobe Norris was a real you know, instigator of us when we went zone. Ironically, we always like him in man because he's so quick, but at the top of the zone he really was active, and you know, we decided, heck, let's see if they can run zone offense any better than we are. And I don't know if they scored but maybe 2 points after that, and the rest of the way maybe not even that. So you know, so sometimes give them a little dose of their own medicine works too. Kennedy was active again on the glass. Brody, we just couldn't get him going. It seems like fouls and different things, but yeah, he's been a little under the weather this week, and so he's kind of battled through some bad cold type stuff. So
well, and that was what we talked about too with Brody, is, you know, that dribble penetration that would have took some of the zone off of him. There was a couple times he did get the ball inside and three guys were swarming him, so It was one of those things. Obviously, you take your championship. You got two tough games coming up this week. We'll be broadcasting both of those games, and this is really going to get you, between these 3 games and the 2 next week, get you ready for that conference stretch.
Well, that's exactly what we said, that, these have been good confidence builders for us. We've won 7 in a row. We're in a nice groove. Everybody's kind of feeling good. Now Tuesday we're going to play a really talented Webb City team, and Saturday a good team, and those will be good barometers of is this legit or not, and if either way, win or lose, it's going to help prepare us for the run in the conference. And we're starting out kind of 2-0, so we're kind of excited to get back in the conference and battle.
Well, Coach, I know you guys got to get on the bus and roll home. We're going to be doing it as well. So I appreciate you coming up, giving us a couple of minutes, and we'll see you Tuesday night in Webb City.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
And see, I wasn't going to give him any hard time about the Raiders. I already gave him a little bit of hard time about that. But are you going to be watching that game on Sunday?
Oh, yeah, certainly. It's a Super Bowl. I'm not going to miss that. And, when you're a Raider fan, you don't really love the Niners because, I've gone out there and that dynamic is ugly. But when you're also a Raider fan, it's hard to root for a division rival too. So I'm going to hope both teams lose, honestly, but I don't think that's possible. But anyway,
nevertheless,
I do like seeing everybody in Kansas City happy though, so that's pretty cool. So anyway,
well, thanks a lot, Coach. I'll just give you a hard time, and maybe he'll be able to give us a hard time in a couple of weeks. We hope not, but nevertheless. Final score again, 46-26. That's going to do things for us. We're going to get packed up and out of here. Thanks to Jerry Forsler behind the camera, to Gary Davidson for his stats and his color commentary. I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Stockton. We'll see you Tuesday night from Webb City.